What's going on, guys? So here I have a Diamond Dynasty pack and play. I'm going to open up one Topps 50 pack. Before this game, I get Eric Ibar, who I'm probably not going to use, a decent, good pitcher, and Joey Votto, who I am immediately going to be plugging in at first base. He's a Canadian. I love Canadians. I love baseball. I used to actually play first base when I was really young. A lot of you didn't know this. I loved baseball. I played baseball way long before I played football. And I was always iffy on first base. I remember when I was maybe 10, 11, that's when I had my prime because I was a little bit taller, and first is a fun position. Who knows, maybe if I would have stuck with it, I would have been Joey Votto. Probably not, actually guaranteed not, but whatever, I can dream. So right off the bat, well, this guy, first of all, what's with the uniforms, dude? I thought I put a patent on these. I thought I made it so nobody else could get these same exact uniforms, but this guy has the same uniforms. But Ichiro Suzuki gets a base hit right off the bat, and that brings me to my topic of the video. Who has been the unsung hero of the Pack and Play series yet? Who has been the most surprising, most studly, the best player of the Pack and Play? And that is without a doubt Ichiro. Even though he has a base running error there and I mess up, Ichiro, like this guy, I remember watching Ichiro when I was younger. Because I used to go to Mariner games a lot. Because I am from, when you live in Canada, where I'm from on the west, the closest ballpark is Safeco. So we used to go to Mariner games all the time. I remember we always used to get Mariners and Oakland. That was always the game we got, and Ichiro was just the best. I loved watching him play. It was just amazing seeing how fast he was. Actually, I'm gonna tell a little story about one of my trips to Safeco. So we went to Safeco Field once. It was for the second game of the series. We were doing a 3-game series, and we always get the scalp tickets out front. So the guy tells my family, like, okay, it's sit anywhere you want night at the ballpark tonight. So these tickets are cheap and they're upper deck, but you can sit wherever you want when you go in the stadium. And we were all like, what? But this guy was so convincing. He had us all wrapped under our finger. We're just Canadians, right? We don't go to a lot of these ball games. We're not used to people like trying to trick us. So we buy the tickets, we go into the stadium, and we go sit right smack down in the first section, really close. Nobody asked for a ticket until about the first or second inning when a guy comes down. He asked us, he's like, oh, there I beamed the guy in the face. That guy, okay, let me just pause the story. That dude, so he did the thing where he made his reliever his pitcher, and then did that whole switch thing so he could get his created player at pitcher the whole game. That guy was throwing like 100 miles an hour. I just had to beat him in the face. I had no other option. Then this guy hits a home run on me to make it 1-1. Let me get back to my story. So he comes down in like the third inning. He's like, hey, can I see you guys' tickets? And we're like, oh, okay, here you go. And he's like, these are like way upper deck tickets. And we're like, oh no, it's sit anywhere you want night. So we chose to sit here. And this guy looks at us and he honestly just cracks the biggest grin. He's like, what? And we're like, it's sit anywhere you want night? And he's like, oh man. He's like, did somebody outside tell you that? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, and then we played the Canadian card, like that we don't know any better. We're like, oh yeah, we're Canadian, we don't know any better. And the guy let us sit there the whole game. That's my story. It was awesome. We got to sit there the whole game just because we were stupid, pretty much. We got good tickets for. Sometimes things just work out. There I get gunned, but that was not one of them. I just got gunned to the plate. The score is 2-1. He hits a ground ball down the third baseline. But getting back on topic, Ichiro in this game is a beast. Always a beast. When I used to play MLB when I was younger, on my PlayStation Portable, I remember when we go to Seattle, the whole way to Seattle was just me on my PlayStation Portable trying to make it to the show. I just wanted to go to the show. So Ichiro is the man. He has been by far my best player. I can't think of anyone else who has been that good, honestly. Ichiro has been the most consistent. He will stay around probably the whole time. He has my leadoff spot on lock. Like on lock. If I don't know how much I can pronunciate on lock, but he has the spot. So here, the score, hits a pop fly to left field to Kane, who's probably gonna go soon. I don't know how I can get rid of him. It's pack and play, and he's a gold. But I want to figure out a way I can get rid of him because I do not like him. Lorenzo Cain has done nothing. Zero, zilch. Like, I could have anyone out there, and he'd probably do better. Here, Correa's another guy. I think he's the only bronze on my team still. But he'll probably stay on my team for a while just because he's Carlos Correa, and I think he's pretty cool. Here, I steal a base with him to get into scoring position in the bottom of the 7th in a 3-2 game. And Xavier Bogaerts pops out to the first baseman. Unfortunately, a total rally killer. But Lorenzo the Enzo. Kane, who I just bashed, and I totally forgot he got this clutch hit, gets a base hit to score the run to make the game a 3-3 game, and this is close. Then I get a nice base hit through the second and through the shortstop and third baseman. Then a weird animation comes down, like just stuff goes down, and then I try and suicide squeeze with Ichiro, and that's why they call it the suicide squeeze, because it is suicide. And I don't know where the squeeze, I don't know why, but it was suicide. It was stupid. I shouldn't have done it. Gets to the inning in a 3-3 game. Then he steals a base with his creative player. I love how his pitcher is this chubby little Babe Ruth guy. He's got him, and he's just fast. And I cannot stop him. Here he tags up and obviously gets to third. He's got 159,000 speed. But then I strike out the next batter with Greg Holland. But I am not as lucky with the next guy, who goes yard on me to make the score 5-3. I was absolutely heartbreaking. That's a new word, obviously, by that, but it is what it is. And then Joey Votto strikes out looking in the bottom of the eighth. Then I laid on a bunt with my creative player, Barrett, and he gets on base with ease. And now you know what's gonna happen. I'm stealing. I don't care. I'll cheese. I'll get my creative guy on base and just start stealing bases. Like he's just running all over the place. Another stolen base for Jason Hayward, who gets a base hit up the middle, and I do score to make the game a 5-4 ball game. I just said game of ball for it, but then I get picked off. I got picked off. That sucked. Total rally killer. And then Molina breaks his bat on a little pop out. So we will go to the top of inning number 9. He grounds out to my creative player at shortstop. I have him playing short now, just because I have Molina at catcher, and Molina's a stud at catcher. And then I get another ground out to Xavier Bogaerts, who I love saying it with like that. Xavier Bogaerts. And he tries to bunt with Jose Altuve. Don't even try and bunt, man. Don't you try and bunt. Then I pinch hit George Brett just because I can. Just because I don't know why. It was totally illegal in all rules of pack and play, but we end up flying out anyway. And then I strike out with Bogaerts. And then Will Clark also goes out. So thank you guys for watching. Please drop a like for more games. And yeah, I'll see you guys next video.